Hosted by the incomparable, call me Grayson. Well, ladies, this is your space for inspiration, empowerment, and real conversations with women who are redefining the game.
There we are. Well. Welcome to another episode of SKST Radio, and you tuned in to Girl Talk. And I'm Cammie Grayson, and I'm really Pamela because I got a friend. Her name is Pamela. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
So tell people who you are and what you do.
Okay, she didn't want to mention my whole last name, so I will. It's Pamela Katrancha. And currently, I am a consultant because I've closed a 30-year business named Garden Gazebo, which I had a wonderful experience with and a successful one. But I'm now trying to help small business owners, entrepreneurs with their businesses.
Wonderful. Okay, so you said you were a business owner. I know you were because I knew you when you were. So tell people what your business was all about. What was Garden Gazebo all about?
Okay. And let me just say, it kind of stemmed from a previous business that we were a part of, which was Hickory Farms. And that's a pretty nationally known business. And with that, you go to conventions where you meet lots of people, you see new ideas, and came up with an idea that there's a concept that could also be a gift, just like Hickory Farms was, but in obviously a different category. And so when we first opened Garden Gazebo, it was seasonal, like you see the kiosks out in the mall, although we built our own. They were large kiosks. The malls approved them, and we brought them in. And what was interesting is that we had them all over the country. We had 40 of them at one time. And what was interesting about it is people always said, why are you closing after Christmas? The gardening season's coming. We were trying to market the items we were selling as gifts, but it's true. I mean, gardening is the number one hobby, still is in the United States. And for that, we did decide, though, after some time, for 10 years, we had the 40 locations. We had it as a dealer program. And, I felt like I had 40 children I didn't give birth to be honest with you. We traveled around the country a lot, making sure people were successful. But honestly, coming back to this area where I live and where there was plenty of room for new concepts, we opened year-round garden gazebos.
Yeah, I love it. So 40. Oh my gosh. How does one, was it more of a franchise or was just your ownership?
It was a dealer program, which is different than a franchise, but has a lot of similarities. We set people up. There was, a commitment that had to be made, a financial commitment, and you had to find the right people. It's just like hiring people. Right. I mean, people who were willing to work hard, because that's a very busy time, the fourth quarter of the year. That's when we were open. We were from coast to coast and north to south. So we were in a lot of all the major malls. We found good locations for people. We interviewed people to become dealers. Many of them were very successful. Some of them didn't have enough experience, and some didn't realize that they were going to do the highest volume of their business in the last 10 to 15 days. Yeah. They had to be ready, but they had to be, sitting there during those the earlier days when there wasn't as much business, and getting ready and knowing what to do. So it was, we gave a lot of support. And, traveled around during Thanksgiving, to Seattle and, places that were, far from home. But at the same time, I thought we did a good job with it. It was a lot, though. It was a lot to manage. And bringing it back here and having 2 large stores where we could carry furniture as well as the items that we carried on those large kiosks made a big difference.
Wow. Wow, amazing. So her store was amazing by itself. I mean, just to see how you guys had it merchandised, and you guys just really did a good job. So that's your niche, and it was great. I mean, that's I can see why you had 40 locations, because it was just phenomenal.
Well, the product line was really interesting. And, not only did we know that gardening was the number one hobby, but we really bought into the idea that people collected flags. And honestly, in the last 10 to 15 years, that made up a good portion of the business. We started the business in 1993, but in 2008, when the economy changed and we were selling big teak tables and chairs and Adirondack chairs and that sort of thing, I had to really think about, price points and built a lot around the flag business, to be honest with you. I mean, people weren't buying one flag.
Yeah.
They were taking home 3, but they were coming back for 3 more every time.
Wow.
So it was really
amazing. Amazing. Yeah. So what was the aha moment with you when you realized that you were being successful?
That's a good question. Well, honestly, I think the fact that we did a lot of repeat business, the customers knew us and they came back not only to buy gifts, but to buy things for their own homes. And I think knowing that we were attracting customers who thought of Garden Gazebo for a gift and also thought of Garden Gazebo when they wanted to put a bird feeder in their yard or when they wanted to put a yard art in their yard. And we had a really, I think this was a phenomenal experience during COVID when, first of all, we were closed a part of the time. It had to be. I was always looking for what's next or who can help or, what could we do to make sure that we don't lose our customers and I don't lose my employees. And I answered an ad for the National Retail Federation and I got involved with them. So I sort of became known to them and they said, you need to apply for this. And I said, well, what are you talking about? They said, well, there's a company called Quarate that wants to help small business owners. And what they want is women-owned businesses. You needed to have brick and mortar and a website and a person who owns the business in doing community service. And so they said, fill out the application, which honestly seemed like a graduate school application. It was a lot to fill out, but I did it. And we were selected as one of 20 businesses in the country.
Wow. And
it turned out that Quarate, which didn't resonate with me, but the name QVC and Home Shopping Network did.
Right.
And those were 2 of their businesses. And so I was spotlighted on I had 4 spotlights. Wow. 2 on QVC and 2 on Home Shopping Network. I'll never forget May 15th, 2020. The website blew up and they had done a really nice promo of each of the 20 businesses. So, I mean, they were really promoting us and the questions that were asked by some of their best salespeople were about us. Wow. Not about anything in general, but we're about us. And my assistant and I built this display around me where I was sitting in my own store and being Skyped onto the show. And people were trying to buy what was behind me that we were decorating with, which they were for sale, but
but it's your display.
There we are. So that was very, very exciting. And, I think it was a good story to tell after everything got sort of back to normal. And, I was getting, I promoted it certainly through social media that it was going to happen. But what was more interesting is that people were calling me that I know from other places in the country saying, hey, did I just see you on QVC? I thought that was really
That was so cool.
That was funny.
Yeah, so cool.
It was.
So fast forward now. So you did that. Now, what was and I think I already know, but what was the worst as far as how things played out throughout the years?
Well, it was definitely disappointing, as I said, in 2008, because I think the concept was really interesting and people were just loving the furniture. But it was pretty obvious. I mean, we were bringing containers in from Thailand of, furniture, and that was not going to work with that economy. So that was a little disappointing. But we kind of switched that into something exciting that we could switch gears and still be successful. Certainly the COVID experience, I was able to get the funds to keep my employees paid. And I've been so fortunate through the years that I've had employees who have stayed with me and, we didn't lose anybody during that time. Good. So that was really good.
Yeah.
I guess I'm an optimist and, think about the bright side. So there haven't been too many things that have disappointed me through the years, really.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I mean, because your experience is what you will use to help the youth.
Absolutely.
Yep. So I want to talk about that, but we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back after these messages. Okay, if you just tuned in, you haven't tuned in too late. You tuned in to the Cammie Grayson Show, and tonight is our Girl Talk feature, and I am Pamela, and I have Pamela. Okay, so we were talking about Pamela's past and her businesses and all the cool things that she's doing. And so, before I get into her next chapter, I wanted to do some words of wisdom because I didn't want that to pass us by because time goes by so fast. But I do have a words of wisdom here, and I would love for Pamela to read what she can for us.
Okay. So I pick anyone?
You pick anyone.
Okay. All right. I'm going to start with the bottom one. I feel like I'm on a quiz show. Okay. Success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. Okay. The way this resonates with me is I have said this before, my own little quote. I like what I do. I don't do what I like. I don't go out saying I want to be this or I want to do that. I just end up liking something and I get into it. I just really dig in. And it becomes a part of me. Yeah. So that's how that one spoke to me.
Okay.
You want me to do another one?
No, that's fine. That's good. I mean, because you connected with Girl Talk. I just feel like things that was Maya Angelou. I feel like a lot of her passages resonate with a lot of women in different ways. So I can have the same passage up and another lady, she will tell me something totally different from what you said.
Okay.
Because we are all different, but we're all, each passage can mean something to each one of us in a different way. Absolutely. And so with that being said, moving into your next chapter, I had the privilege of meeting two of your sheroes, what do you call them? Girl bosses. Girl bosses. There you go. I had the privilege of meeting two of your girl bosses. And it just was phenomenal to see how they loved you. And I think one gave you a nice little gift. I mean, they were just so happy to be here with you. And the conversation that you ladies had was just, it just really made my heart warm. So tell us about that next chapter.
Well, that is a chapter that's been going on for a little while, and you got to meet two of the girls who are graduating from high school this year. But I started 8 years ago with that program when it started, and it's called Envision, Lead, Grow, and it's a program that uses the idea of entrepreneurship to teach young girls about running their own business. And then they learn so much more. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, it's a planned program, and we hold meetings once a month, and we kept going during COVID too, which was really great. I mean, we could do Zoom meetings, but in the early parts, and now we meet in person, and that's also very good.
Yeah.
But anyway, I like to honor the girls when they are at the point of graduating from high school and getting ready to go to college. And to be able to come here and do a podcast experience was, I think, just amazing for all of us. And we had talked about it because one thing that we talk about a lot is public speaking, presenting yourself, doing your pitch. So we've been working on that. And a lot of these girls I've met when they were in middle school. So, we've reached a point, and they're so poised, so confident. I mean, I don't take all the credit. Their parents have been very supportive of the program. But the program really has helped to really blossom, the girls blossom.
Actually, one stick out. I can't remember her name. She was on this side, and she really was a go-getter. I mean, you can tell that she probably, I think she mentioned that she was shy at the beginning,
Very shy.
and now she's just bloomed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. And I really value that about her. She was afraid to be honest with you, to be a part of the program. And I could see that right away. But honestly, it didn't take long. And I think the one thing that I really thought about and I loved is that I had 4 girls at one time, and I wanted to make sure they were a group. And that way, it wasn't just one Pamela or Miss Pam, as they call me, or Mrs. Pam sometimes. But they were talking to each other. And I think they gained confidence from that as well. Yes. Some were more outspoken than others, but they learned from each other too.
Yeah, that's great. It's great. So now, you have that going on. You've retired from Garden Gazebo. So what else do you do in your spare time?
Well, it's interesting. I think I've somehow gotten the reputation of being a mentor, and I've been a very big part of Retail Alliance. It's been a big part of my life for a long time. And the current CEO met a woman who runs a program at St. Bride's Correction Center, which is for men, and she heard that there was a program there where they were teaching men about what to do when they were released, and they wanted some volunteers to come in. And she thought I would be perfect for it. And I said, well, let me go and see what it's about. I was very nervous, actually, the first time I went, but it's phenomenal. First of all, the woman running the program is phenomenal. She came from New York and said that you've got to do this work before people leave. It's not after they leave. Right. And these are people who want to start their own business.
Wow.
So it just falls in line with everything, that I believe in and that I've had experience in. And I've been taking part. This is my second year, but there are at least 4 sessions a year that we do. And honestly, I think so many things are life-changing, but it made me hopeful about the future for people like that. Yeah.
Wow. Well, since you are such a community staple, I just want to thank you so much for doing the things that you do, because we need more people like you. We need more people who are willing to take people under their wings and help them and guide them in the right direction. There's so much going on in the world today, and people like you are rare. Can I say that?
Goodness.
Yes. Well, people are rare that you don't find an everyday Pam. You just don't, with those girls, think about the little girls and y'all were ready to go to lunch. And, it was just so much fun just to see you with those girls and how you made a difference in their life.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That. And that's what this show is all about. It's about sheroes. And you are one of my sheroes. And this is not much, but I want you to know that I'll turn it apart here. I want you to know here's the sack bus. Here's a GirlTalk t-shirt designed by myself.
Oh my gosh, I love this. I love t-shirts, first of all. Oh my gosh.
So you might can garden in it or something.
Yeah, I know.
This is the GirlTalk t-shirt designed by Cammy's Collection.
Oh, and signed too.
Then here's some Bath and Body Works for you.
Oh my gosh, all right. Perfect in pink.
Perfect. Of course.
Had I known, I would have
we got some chocolate in here and
chocolate,
something from our favorite store at our mall.
Yeah, Lush. Yeah. Yeah, that was my mall too.
That's our mall. Thank you so much for doing all that you do.
I appreciate the recognition.
Absolutely. And so now what's next for you?
Well, I continue to stay involved with Retail Alliance. It's really important to me. We have an educational piece there too, where we're helping small business owners who need more education to be sure they can be successful. I'm on that board, and I do I'm on the Hope House Foundation board, which I started there. That was where my profession started when I moved to this area. And so that's been really, the fact is we own property that people with special abilities can live in. And
nice.
So I'm very, very involved with that. I love the arts. So I'm on the Hurrah Players board, the UPAC board, which is the Underground Performing Arts Collective, a very, very unique and important program. People need to check it out. They put on shows and they're great. And yeah, I just stay involved and try and contribute.
Yeah, you do a great job at it too. Now, if someone wanted to do some of the things that you've done, if somebody wanted to reach out who saw this broadcast today to you, how would they get in contact with you?
And what do you want me to give here live on the show?
No, you can give them your social media platform.
Okay.
Or, yeah.
Okay. So, so I do have Facebook. I do have Instagram. And Garden Gazebo still has a website. It's not an e-commerce website right now. And I'm on LinkedIn.
Yeah. So you can reach her through one of those so you can learn about the organizations that she's involved in.
Definitely.
And if you're a teen or a preteen,
Envision Lead Grow, and that's envisionleadgrow.com.
Okay.
And definitely we need more mentors every year. I mean, that's a big part of of our program. Yeah. And we train and make sure that we have people who are truly interested, but we give them the information they need to be successful.
Wonderful.
Yeah, for sure.
So
definitely.
I absolutely love it. This girl is packed. I'm telling you.
So how many more plugs can I put in? Because I would say any small business owner should be a member of Retail Alliance.
There you go. Retail Alliance. Our good friends over at Retail Alliance. That's how we met. Well, no, actually, I met you because you were a tenant when I first got there. But we didn't really get to talk and learn another until
so that's event. Good. But you hosted a 360 meeting that Retail Alliance put on at the center, and we talked there. And I knew I wanted to talk more to you.
So, I mean, this is great, and we've been in contact ever since. Yeah, absolutely love it. So this is, like I said, one of my sheroes for the year, and I'm so proud of her. Just so proud of her.
Thank you so much, Tammy.
All right. All right, guys, we're going to call it a day so she could get home and do what she needs to do. And to you guys, check back with us next Monday right here on SKST Radio. Tell them bye, Pam.
Bye.
An SKST Radio Network production. Powered by SKST Radio Network and SGA Entertainment. Tommy G got you.